Hi there beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. It's Grada here, and today I'm gonna share with you a mixture of things. Like my first thought was again about how to share with people to open their money flow and what happens around money, and how can we continually get stuck and experience, scarcity, which means not as much money that we'd love to have. But then I started to distract myself with a bigger picture, and so today I will talk about that as well. I will come to you as a money coach, but also as your life coach, and I want to share some wisdom with you that I have learned the hard way. Sorry, I'll just balance this. So on the weekend I discovered this notebook. I have notebooks, and I'm not a very organized person. I'm an ideas person, and when I get an idea, I just scribble. So like, this is what my notebook looks like. This is actually a diary that I bought because I wanted to be organized and have a super organized, scheduled year 2020. So that's why I bought this diary. But I ended up just writing ideas, and I wrote all over the calendars, and now if I open the book I'm already in September, so that's how much my diary is full. So that's actually not a problem for me. It might be more of a problem for the people around me. So reading through my diary though, my notebook, my journal, it's like a sort of an impromptu journal. I discovered that some of the ideas for myself that I noted in January and February, they've already come true, they've already been fulfilled, and this is so exciting for me. So I want to share this with you so you can begin to enjoy happiness and kind of successes in the areas of your life where you sometimes feel stuck. So my biggest miracle for this year, for my whole entire life by the way, is the miraculous discovery of Elijah's decease. Elijah is my 12.5-year grandson. I've been very close to him, like he's one of the twin. I'm very close to Cohen and Elijah. I was at their birth, and when Elijah was born I could feel something wasn't right with him, but it was my intuition, and I didn't trust my intuition, and I didn't want to alarm people. But over the years he suffered so much in his little body. Some of you have followed his journey, and I was despairing on the inside because the medical world several times couldn't help us. Like, all the tests that they did always showed that he had huge chronic inflammation that was killing him literally and stopping him from growing, but they didn't know where it came from. Anyway, and so I'm looking through my diary, and in January I wrote here on page something, Elijah, and so I was despairing. So I'm just showing you how my processes go. I was in deep despair and depression, and when I'm in that point though, I don't let myself stay there. Like, I tune into it, I go as deep as it goes, and then I start journaling, and then I come back up. So I want to live my life from a higher vibration. Like, I don't want to live my life from deep despair or powerlessness or helplessness or all those kind of feelings, because that will create more of the same over the next day. So I wrote here, I have answers for Elijah. Elijah is strong and healthy and enjoying life to the full. I am guilt-free. So like, when it came to Elijah, I also always had a lot of guilt, of course, because I'm a healer. My whole life has been about healing and following my intuition, and here I can't help my own little grandson. So I wrote this in January, and it took me a lot of imagination to even see him healthy and enjoying life to the full, because he's never had that chance, not since he was born. And here we are, in, I think it was end of March, April, he got a diagnosis. So like, the miracle happened. I won't go back into how it went. But so we entered the medical world again, and then he ended up in Melbourne. And when he arrived in Melbourne, what do you call it? A doctor happened to be there who normally isn't there, a pediatrician. It wasn't a normal pediatrician. He just came to fill in for the top pediatrician, and he took one look at Elijah and he said, I know what that is. That is no-meat disease, which is a genetic condition that babies are born with, and it shortens their life, and you know, it kills them basically. And I have a drug for it. There's a drug for it. And so 12 hours after Elijah was injected for the first time, he was a changed person. Like, the change was instant. And so that's the miracle for me. And when I wrote this in January, I actually thought it was being delusional, because realistically speaking, nothing had ever worked for him, right? And here it is. So that's, to me, the biggest miracle in my entire life, that Elijah now has a chance to start living after 12.5 years of suffering. So that is an extreme example, so I'm encouraging you that when you have something is eating you and it seems so overwhelming for you, like it seems like Mount Everest in your backyard and you can't get through it because it's been part of your life for so long, or maybe suddenly you have this huge problem. Don't give up on yourself. Don't even go into denial. Like, I've never been a great one for denial. I don't like denying. Like, consciously I like to face everything head on. Mind you, there would be still plenty of denial going on in my subconscious, but whatever comes into your awareness, the universe is doing it for you, whether it's painful or not, so that you can ask for help, right? So that's when I write things, I'm talking to the universe and I'm asking for help. So this is another thing. So many people don't ask for help because maybe they feel not worthy. Maybe they feel like, no, where's the help going to come from? I've asked so many times, it doesn't work for me. Or this is my lot in life. People don't even think to ask for help, but asking for help is the most natural instinct that we came into the world with. It comes from our soul, because when you think of little babies, they cry, don't they, when they're hungry? When they're hungry, they're not going to lie in a little bed and keep their mouth shut. They instinctively cry, and that's what we have to uncover our cry. And one way to do that is by writing in the diary. So everything starts with a cry, and then you can receive, right? So if you don't cry or ask, how are you going to receive, right? That's the two ends to it. So having said that though, like sometimes in the past I have asked, and then when it was my time to receive, like the universe shows up for me, I'm not ready to receive. So that can be another obstacle, right? So I've caught myself do that in the past, and then I missed out on wonderful blessings that I could have enjoyed, that could have made my life easier, but now I had some unworthiness or undeservedness or limiting beliefs around myself, and I kept the door shut. So when you ask, and then the universe will deliver, always, the outcome will be much better than you could ever imagine in your wildest dream. And then if you don't open the door to receive, it's like a good friend knocks on the door, like a friend you may not have seen for 30 years or something, and you open the door a little bit, and the friend is all excited to see you, and you just shut the door again. That's the feeling you give to the universe. So asking is something we have to learn, or crying for help, and be very specific how you cry, how you have to put words to that, right? You have to speak, find words to express that. And then the receiving is another thing we have to learn. So the reason we've forgotten how to receive is because we've often had a lot of hurt, right? And hurt then closes over it because pain protection is like you keep the door shut. So part of healing and becoming more aware and awake is to keep our hearts open even during pain, and not to constantly shut it. Because if we can keep our hearts open in pain, while we're in pain, we can receive the help that's available to us. So the help is available to us in many, many ways. As soon as we ask the universe, that means like now the universe is on our side, it's going to show up for us. It's going to show up for us in our body, our chemistry will change, we feel uplifted, and then it's also going to show up in our environment. So like doors will open, you get different friendships, old friendships that no longer serve you will just stop. You don't even have to say anything, and you just receive more support around you. So I was going to say about money. So money, I like to talk about money because it's painful for most people, and of course one of my passions is to help people not have as much pain in their life, right? To go from pain to carefreeness, or from pain to freedom, or from pain to having a life of choices, where you are free to make choices because you have that freedom. So money, or increased money flow, I should say, always starts with an idea, right? So it doesn't just happen overnight. Well, it does, but what I'm saying is it's always created twice. So first of all, it's created in your mind, or in your heart, or in your soul. So a wish for more money isn't a negative thing at all. It can literally come from your soul, like from your spirit. So a lot of people have the belief that money isn't spiritual, money is from the devil, money is from darkness, money leads to crime, money is the root of all evil. That quote is, by the way, misquoted, because it's like the love of money is the root of all evil, and then that would be the love of money to the exclusion of all other loves, right? So I'm here to tell you that you can love money, you can love yourself, you can love your family, you can love nature, you can have so many loves in your life. It doesn't have to be either or. So if you want more money, let me get to the point. You simply ask the universe something like, allow an idea to come into my mind that will consistently give me $100,000 a year. Let's just start with that. For some people, $100,000 a year means nothing. If you're already earning that, you can make it $1 million a year. So just say to the universe, where is the idea? I'm open to receive the idea that will consistently bring in $100,000 per year, and that will get you out of scarcity. So now you have to be ready to receive. So I would write that down, right? I'm not just thinking it, I am articulating it, because what you speak into your life, you're creating it. And I'm writing that down as well. So I'm just writing that down like any piece of paper, wherever you are. It doesn't have to be proper notebook, right? My book is just full of scribbles from all over, all areas of life. You'll laugh if you could read it. So you just say, I'm open to receive the idea that will consistently bring me $100,000. And then you've written it, you've thought it, said it, you conceived the idea, now you've written it down. Now you can literally actually forget about it, because you don't have to just constantly rewrite the same thing, because that would be like posting your letter and putting it in the post box and then going back to the post box and opening it and reposting it all the time. So the universe has heard it, you've written it. Now your job is to trust and to keep your body in a happy state, like a high vibe state, right? But not fake happy, joy, and sort of that kind of spiritually bypassing. No, a genuine feeling of fulfillment, or I feel good in my body. So like whether that means you go out for a coffee with a girlfriend, you sit in the garden and stare at a flower, you have a hot bath, or you just do something that nurtures and fulfills your heart, so that your the frequency that you send out is on that level where you can receive that idea, because the idea is already there. It's not as if the universe has to think of like, okay, what would it be for Grada, now I have to think about it for 100 years. No, that idea is already present. It's literally singing in the next room, but I have to clear something in here so that I can receive it, right? I hope that I make that very, very clear. So I write ideas about money in my diary, and they pretty much always eventuate. And that's how I've created businesses in the past. Well, actually, I have a confession to make, by the way. So I'm 60 now. I've never been employed by anyone. Like, I've never had employment from anyone else, other than when I was a teenager and I did some holiday work in a nursing home during the summer holidays. And I was really young when I met Pete. Then I migrated when I was 19. We didn't have a penny to rub together, and I had my first baby when I was 19, and then I continued to have babies. So I had like 6 children because I wanted a big family, and I just always somehow have manifested the money from somewhere, with Peter, of course, Pete being a hard-working husband, but I'm the ideas person. So, and then as soon as the kids were, well, even when the children were all home, we always had money ventures, right? And some of my ideas were fabulous, and some of them were absolutely took a lot of work, and they just didn't bring in any money. So, but that actually doesn't matter, because it's training me to receive the success that's coming next, that I probably wouldn't be prepared for otherwise. And so your relationship with money, how do I say this? Your relationship with yourself, that's really what I want to say, is reflected in your relationship with money, your relationship with kids, your relationship with your husband, your relationship with food. We're in a relationship with everything around us. And so the only thing that's in common with all that, how you can open the flow, is like how you communicate with yourself, and journaling and scribbling when ideas flow in is, in my opinion, key. So I will make another confession. Oh yeah, so I was going to say I'm 60 now, and I've had many businesses that were literally, they started in my mind, right? And then I've been lucky that Pete was supportive of the businesses. Not always though. Some businesses were created in spite of Peter, because he resisted the change. So like, change is always difficult, but if you have enough belief in yourself, you'll get there. So I just want to write something funny, if I can find it. Maybe I can't find it, and then maybe I'm not meant to share it. Oh yeah, so sometimes when I'm crabby with Peter, because we've been together for many years, probably many lifetimes as well, so so we have a very generally easy relationship now, because it's pretty much nothing we haven't said to each other, but we can still annoy each other. So rather than taking it out on Peter, because I know it's something in me that I'm projecting onto my soulmate, because I've got father issues and so on, which I've dealt with all my life. I'll tell you what, so one time I was crabby with Pete, so I went to my journal and I wrote this: I have a wonderful, connected, courageous soulmate who meets me at every level, who stimulates me and inspires me, who is emotionally, spiritually mature and has integrity and honesty and shows up for himself, who is funny and easy to be around, willing to do deep inner work without any prompting from me. So this is what I wrote in my notes, and actually most of the time That's what I find in Peter, right? But also, but the change happens in me when I write it. That's what I want. It's not about changing your spouse or your partner. It's the change needs to come in here, and then the change can unfold in your circumstances. So hope you find this helpful. So when you feel stuck somewhere, an area of your life that's not working, find the words like how is this hurting me? So you write all that down first, and it can be really ugly, and then you have a look at it, and then you turn around, and now you find words for what you want. What do you really want for you, right? If it's possible. So I want an idea that will create an extra $100,000 a year for me consistently. I want it easy and fun, preferably. And then you write, what do you want to see in your partner? That will immediately change you as well, because I can write all that for Pete, but if it's not in me already, I'm not going to attract a partner like that, am I? And so then you can write for your grandchildren. Like I get clients here who worry about their grandchildren, but of course it's out of their control or hands. So I say the same thing. Just write down your ideal answer for your grandchild, and the universe will start working towards it with you. So that's called co-creating. And every business, every part of your life, you can do the same thing for yourself, for your health, and so on. So thanks for listening to me. Hi King, Link, sorry, hi Link, sorry. I need to go and have a drink of water now and a bit of salt, because I'm starting to talk double that. Yeah, thanks Lynn. I know I'm talking to the converted with you. I know you're already on this path and doing a lot of this, but it's still really, really good to have a reminder always, and just to trust in yourself as well. And then expect the unexpected and be open to receive miracles. So let me know what you think of this. Tell me about your own experiences. Share a little bit in the comment box, and I look forward to being with you next Tuesday. Bye everyone. Big love from me. Bye.